You step off the plane in Madrid, order a café con leche using the standard Castilian Spanish you've practiced for weeks, and the barista doesn't even blink. You navigate the city with zero issues. Then you take the high-speed train northeast to Catalonia. You order that same coffee, but the table next to you is speaking a language that sounds entirely different. Suddenly, your textbook Spanish feels a little out of place. This is a diagram showing the linguistic overlap in Barcelona. On the left is the standard Castilian Spanish from Madrid. On the right is Catalan, the region's historical language. Where they meet is Barcelona street Spanish, a contact dialect. Locals perfectly understand standard Spanish, but that baseline alone won't decode the distinct pacing, open vowels, and local phrasing that live right here in the overlap. This creates a choice for every learner. Do you stick to the universal utility of the textbook, or do you adjust your speech to match the local resonance of the city you're actually in? Deciding which path to take depends on the specific experience you want to have, and how you handle the subtle differences that emerge once you leave the capital. Madrid has served as Spain's administrative center for centuries, which cemented its accent as the reference point for standard Castilian. The most recognizable feature is how it treats the letters C and Z. In Madrid, those letters are pronounced with a distinct th lisp. The city of Barcelona is pronounced Barcelona. This is the default form pushed by European language apps and textbooks. But when you actually stand in Barcelona, you'll notice that distinction is much softer. Driven by the phonetic habits of Catalan, locals push those same C and Z sounds much closer to an S. Here, it sounds like Barcelona. If you grew up speaking or studying Latin American Spanish, you already use this S sound, a feature called sesero. This gives you an accidental advantage because your pronunciation naturally aligns closer to the Catalan ear. If you learned standard Castilian, you can certainly maintain the heavy Madrid lisp. Everyone will understand exactly what you are saying. You guarantee comprehension, but you also immediately flag yourself as an outsider who hasn't picked up on the local texture. Pronunciation is just the baseline. The friction happens at the street level, with the vocabulary you need to actually navigate the city. The moment you step outside, municipal signage forces an awareness of Catalan terms for basic navigation. Even ordinary nouns diverge. In Madrid, you order a sandwich by asking for a bocadillo. Walk into a Barcelona cafe, and the menu defaults to the Catalan entrepà. Using the standard Spanish word works, but it immediately marks you as a visitor. This comparison matrix maps the difference in casual street slang. The heavy, traditional working-class vocabulary of Madrid sits directly against Barcelona's youth-driven alternatives. In Madrid, casual approval is punctuated with an intense hostia, or a quick venga va. Drop those exact phrases in Barcelona, and they feel out of place. The local equivalent relies on words like flipar, meaning to lose your mind over something, or molamazo, to say something is really cool. Deploying aggressive pan-Spanish slang in a deeply Catalan neighborhood creates an immediate tonal dissonance. It is the linguistic equivalent of wearing a winter coat in July. You don't have to learn a completely new language to get by. Adapting your vocabulary is a targeted strategy to remove social friction and build instant local rapport. The final layer of evaluation involves the invisible rules of formality that dictate customer service interactions. Madrid has a warm, chatty service sector. Shopkeepers will often start with the formal usted, but they quickly drop it to escalate to a casual first-name basis as soon as you establish a bit of rapport. Barcelona operates differently. Catalan maintains a strict grammatical divide between formal and informal address, and bilingual locals carry that structure over into their Spanish. The result is a brisker, more professional interaction. A single word can change the tone of these exchanges without requiring a single hour of grammar study. When someone hands you your coffee or points you to the metro, swap the standard Spanish gracias for the local Catalan gracias. It is a tiny phonetic shift that bilingual staff notice and appreciate. Understanding this linguistic root prevents you from misinterpreting a city's brisk efficiency as outright hostility. They aren't brushing you off. They're just operating on a different set of social rules. So, how much effort do you actually need to expend? That depends entirely on why you are packing your bags. This flowchart breaks down your study strategy based on your specific timeline and scenario. We have 3 distinct paths: the short-term tourist, the Latin American Spanish speaker, and the long-term expat. If you are a short-term tourist, stick strictly to standard Madrid Spanish. It handles all your transactional needs perfectly. Just append basic Catalan greetings like bon dia, and you are ready to go.
Si usted ya habla español de América Latina, mantenga su pronunciación nativa. Su mayor tarea es una auditoría de vocabulario, acercarse a las terminaciones verbales del vosotros plural e identificar el slang urbano local. Si vive en Barcelona por mucho tiempo, su estrategia cambia. Necesita una base sólida de castellano, pero debe activamente capar los matices del dialecto local para alcanzar una integración verdadera. Identificar exactamente su perfil de viajero dicta dónde invertir su tiempo de estudio, sabiéndose así de preparar de más para un escenario que no enfrentará. El flaw con muchas aplicaciones de idiomas tradicionales es que enseñan un lenguaje estandarizado y sin fronteras. Esa versión de español existe en libros, pero no existe en calles reales. StreetTongue es una herramienta diseñada específicamente para pontear el puente entre la teoría de libros y la realidad regional. En lugar de frases genéricas, proporciona conversaciones con IA ilimitadas calibradas precisamente a los dialectos de ciudad.
You can practice the heavy slang of Madrid or the specific phonetic shifts of Barcelona street Spanish before you ever board your flight. Click the link in the description to download StreetTongue and lock in your local vocabulary before your trip. And let us know in the comments below, when was a time your perfect textbook language completely failed you in the real world?